Disney's latest attempt at remaking a beloved classic might be their most baffling yet. I've never been a huge Disney guy, but the original Lilo and Stitch, that one's special. Sadly, this new version is anything but.
Agent Cobra Bubbles.
We have a blue dog to catch.
Cobra! No, wait!
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about Lilo and Stitch, the 2025 live-action remake directed by Dean Fleischer Camp. This one stars Maia Kealoha, Sydney Agudong, Zach Galifianakis, Billy Magnussen, Tia Carrere, and the original voice of Stitch himself, Chris Sanders. My wife and I are pretty big fans of the original. It's a rare exception in the Disney catalog for me, so I went into this one cautiously optimistic and walked out genuinely baffled by the choices made. If you like honest takes and spoiler-heavy breakdowns when needed, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. It helps the channel a ton. And if you want to support what I'm doing, check out my Patreon. You can join for just $1 a month or pitch in $5 a month to request a review of your choice. This remake mostly follows the skeleton of the 2002 original. A young girl named Lilo, played by Maia Kealoha, adopts what she thinks is a dog, but it turns out to be Experiment 626, aka Stitch, a destructive alien fugitive voiced once again by Chris Sanders. While aliens and secret agents try to capture him, Lilo teaches Stitch about love, family, and how to belong. Along the way, her bond with her sister Nani is tested, and Ohana becomes more than just a word. But while the outline's familiar, the heart and soul of the story are nowhere to be found. Let's start with the good, because there is some. The animation here is top-notch. Stitch, Jumba, and Pleakley all translate surprisingly well to live action with a lot of care in their designs. Stitch still looks adorable, Pleakley's goofy charm is intact, and Jumba maintains that big hulking presence, even if everything else around him doesn't. The performances are also solid across the board, even if the script doesn't do them many favors. Chris Sanders returning as Stitch was a great touch. He still has that same chaotic energy, and Maia Kealoha, though a bit more toned down, still captures some of that mischievous spark we associate with Lilo. But that's unfortunately where the positives end, because once you start looking deeper, especially as someone who loved the original, it's clear this version fundamentally misunderstands what made that movie so special. Now from here on out, I will be getting into heavy spoilers for both this remake and the original. Normally I would avoid that, but honestly it's impossible to critique this movie properly without diving into specifics, so consider it as your spoiler warning. First off, character changes. This movie completely removes Captain Gantu and replaces him with Jumba as the main antagonist, which if you've seen the original makes zero sense. Jumba was never evil. He was chaotic, sure, but there was a heart to him. Here he's just a one-note villain obsessed with world domination. Zach Galifianakis, while usually fun, feels totally miscast. Then there's the bizarre choice to keep Jumba and Pleakley in human form for most of the film. The original leaned into their outlandish designs and silly disguises, which added so much charm. Here, it's dull and lifeless by comparison. And perhaps worst of all, the emotional backbone of the original is practically gutted. We lose moments like Stitch reading the ugly duckling and Lilo's childlike grief, her belief that Pudge the fish controls the weather because her parents died in a storm. These gave Lilo and Stitch its depth and vulnerability. Without them, Lilo becomes a flatter character. Nani also gets the short end of the stick. That fierce sisterly bond from the original, gone. The remake portrays her as distant and borderline indifferent. When things get hard, she just gives up. It's such a stark contrast to the Nani we knew, who fought tooth and nail to keep Lilo with her. And then there's the overstuffed cast. Bubbles is no longer the social worker, but just a CIA agent now, while Tia Carrere plays a completely new character who replaces that crucial emotional anchor. Even Lilo meeting Stitch doesn't happen naturally with Nani. It's some random neighbor character who serves no other real purpose. All of this strips the original characters of their development and condenses them into flat archetypes. And somehow, despite being a good 20 minutes longer than the original, the pacing in this remake is a complete mess. There's this constant rush to get to the next plot point, like the movie's afraid to slow down and let any moment breathe. Emotional scenes, especially the ones that are supposed to carry weight, fly by so fast that they barely register before we're on to the next beat. One of the great strengths strengths of the original was how it balanced chaos and calm. It could be zany one minute and heartbreakingly sincere the next. It let you sit with the characters. It gave moments space. This remake, it feels like it's edited for an audience with a 2-second attention span. Scenes are shorter, dialogue is often clipped, and transitions feel jarring. Even the story structure suffers from this. Characters are introduced and then sidelined without resolution. Plot threads are picked up and dropped like they were afterthoughts, and the emotional climax, what should be the film's big payoff, just kind of happens without proper build-up. It's as if they tried to cover every single plot beat from the original plus add new ones, but without extending the emotional real estate to support them. The result is bloated and hollow. In the end, Lilo and Stitch feels like a remake that completely misses the heart of its source material. Sure, it looks good, and there's effort in the animation and performances, but none of that matters when you remove the emotional core, flatten the characters, and bloat the story with unnecessary additions. This movie didn't need to exist, and if it had to, it needed a lot more thought. I'm giving it a 1.5 out of 5. If you've seen the movie, let me know what you thought, especially if you love the original like I did. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and if you want to help the channel grow, consider joining my Patreon. $1 a month helps keep these videos going, and $5 lets you request a review. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.